This video is brought to you by Cubamajigs, a series of reusable gaming packs for MTG Cube sideboards and other games like Keyforge. Check them out at Cubamajigs.com with new designs every Monday. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Thursday means it's Fishbowl Thursday here in Instant Deck Tech land, and we have a really spicy ultra budget modern list to look at this week. So this is Quest for Ula's Temple from R. Grangier. So thank you so much to R. Grangier for sending in a really sweet looking deck. A quick reminder before we break down Quest for Ula's Temple in Modern. If you enjoyed this deck and you'd like your own deck considered for a future Fishbowl Thursday, leave that link in the comments, or you can email me, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. So let's talk Quest for Ula's Temple, and before I get into it, I gotta say, I think this one is more of a really sweet, sort of meme-ish casual deck than something you're going to win a GP with, but it's still a really funny, just unique idea. So I figured, people like cheap decks. This deck is really goofy. It's worth showing off, even though I don't expect you're going to go win a GP, probably even win your FNM, but you might win some games when things go right. So anyway, the idea of this deck is pretty simple. We are built around Quest for Ula's Temple, a one-mana enchantment that gives you the ability to look at the top card of your library each upkeep, and if it's a creature, you get to reveal it and put a counter on Quest for Ula's Temple. Then, if you get 3 or more counters on it, and your end step, you get to put a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent from your hand onto the battlefield. So the plan of this deck is to hopefully, on turn 1, play Quest for Ula's Temple, and then use cards like Sage of Ephetir, Augury Owl, and even Serum Visions to set up the top of our deck so we get those 3 quest counters as quickly as possible. That's goal number 1. Ideally, by turn 4, we will have hit creature with a little bit of luck on turn 2, and have Quest for Ula's Temple active. So Sage just lets us reorder our top 4 cards. Augury Owl scries 3, Serum Vision scries 2 and draws us a card. So these cards help us stack creatures on the top of our deck, because once we get the 3 quest counters on Quest for Ula's Temple, that's when our deck does some really hilarious things for free. So let's assume, with the help of Sage and Augury Owl or Serum Visions, we get those 3 quest counters on Quest for Ula's Temple, hopefully by our 4th turn. Then, at the end of our turn, we get to start putting massive Leviathans, Octopuses, Serpents, and Krakens into play. Our best card, and I can't believe I'm saying our best card in this instance, is Grozoth. So Grozoth is a 9/9 for 9. It has Defender. You can pay for it to make it lose Defender. The big thing is, when it comes into play, you can tutor for any number of cards with converted mana cost 9 from your library and put them in your hand. So we can put Grozoth into play for free with Quest for Ula's Temple because it's a Leviathan. Then we get to tutor up all our copies of Grozoth and also 4 copies of Inkwell Leviathan. So every turn, for free, we get to just put an Inkwell Leviathan, another Leviathan, into play. 7/11, Island Walk, Trample Shroud, pretty much going to kill our opponent really, really quickly and be pretty close to unbeatable. So just next turn, Inkwell Leviathan, next turn, Inkwell Leviathan. If we got some extra mana, we can pay to attack with our Grozoth, make it lose Defender. So that's kind of plan 1. We also have some backup things to put into play. Stormtide Leviathan makes it so our opponent's not going to be able to attack us with creatures that don't have flying or island walk, so kind of just shuts down ground creatures. Lorthos, if we actually have 8 mana, we can pay 8, tap down a bunch of stuff. Mostly just a big 8/8. Deep Sea Kraken, 6/6 unblockable. So these give us a bunch more Leviathans, Octopuses, Krakens that we can stick into play for free with our Quest for Ula's Temple, and hopefully just use our massive sea creatures to win the game. So that's the plan of the deck. Quest for Ula's Temple, stack the top of our deck to get it active, start slamming huge sea creatures into play. We also have Whelming Wave, which is some hilarious defense. It bounces everything except for Krakens, Leviathans, Octopuses, and Serpents, so it doesn't actually bounce our big threats, but it bounces all our opponent's stuff, so we bounce all our opponent's blockers, swing in to win the game. We also have Spreading Seas, which can disrupt decks like Tron, also gives our Inkwell Leviathan, turns on that Island Walk, so we're able to swing over unblockably, kill our opponent that way. Otherwise, Condescend and Turticide give us some counters to protect our Quest for Ula's Temple, and also protect our sea creatures once they're on the battlefield. Condescend's pretty straightforward. Turnicide, though, kind of unique, doesn't see play that much. It just counters a spell that targets a permanent we control, which means any of our big sea creatures or our Quest for Ula's Temple. Mana base, really simple, 20 lands, 16 islands, 4 Halimar Depths is an additional way to stack our deck. Sideboard, a bunch more counters. Ceremonies to Rejection for colorless decks like Tron and Affinity, Dispel Negate to protect our stuff, Whelming Wave, Vapor Snake give us a little bit more removal, quote unquote, and some Tormod Script to deal with graveyard decks, and that is ultra budget and super hilarious Quest for Ula's Temple for Modern, and that's our Instant Deck Tech for today. So thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.